Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, whew. Day 23. So today marks the first day of my 3-day fast of the last fast of Year of the Snake. Don't know if that made any sense, but I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, and you are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Awaken that divinity, you guys. So I'm just chilling right now. I kind of did like my whole morning routine. I got some work to do. And in like 30 minutes, I got a call with Richie. So that's going to be very fun. I wonder just what types of insights we're going to share with each other. So that's going to be really cool. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I think his name is like, well, you can look up his Instagram. It's Richie's Journal and or Richard Sabayega. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, dude. Forgive me if you're ever watching this, Richie, but I'm excited for that. The reason I'm excited is because, like, look at me, bro. I'm over here like acting like I don't know what to say. I'm saying like a bunch and acting like I'm nervous. I know why I'm excited. I'm excited because along my spiritual journey, it. I'm sure we've all went through this, but that whole tower moment is, I like saying tower moment. Shout out to one of my old friends in the past. She told me about this concept of the tower moment where everything in your life kind of has to tower and crumble down before it gets better, et cetera, et cetera. And I've always kept that with me because it's the perfect way to describe what the beginning of a spiritual awakening feels like when you're realizing that we're much more than humans, we're a spirit having a human experience, and then it just feels like friends and family are after you, your job's after you, your coworkers are after you, the fucking trees themselves are after you. But essentially, what is happening is you're taking off the veil, you're taking off this deception that we've been put under, that we are separate from one another, that things don't have reason and meaning for happening, this whole et cetera, right? One of the biggest things from this journey that I've found is I just didn't fit into the normal mold of what the trendy spirituality was becoming. I was very authentic. I felt like that pressure of wanting to go home, and also that feeling of like spirituality does not have a certain look to it. It just felt like being me, being raw me, authentically me, showing up, just being the energy that people magnetized to. It didn't feel like I had to put on any front. I had to say Ashe or Grand Rising or any of that stuff, right? So when I meet people like Richie, well, I'll find out during the call, through the few messages that, little blocks of messages that we sent back and forth, it felt like, even when I was like, bro, I don't want to appear schizo sometimes with what I talk about online, just how he responded to that message felt like, okay, you're an individual that's really on that frequency, but again, that's based on my perception. But, I've met a few individuals that really like were locked in. And I have a best friend who we were like, we again were having our own experience, but damn near no, we are seeing mostly the same stuff, as in like we're experiencing reality differently, of course, because of our perceptions, but the foundations of what we were experiencing stayed the same. Richie kind of falls in that category where it feels like when I talk to him, I'm gonna be able to let loose and really say, what I mean, and say, and be flowing and not have to worry about what comes out or blah 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 or looking crazy, right? And I feel like I don't meet a lot of those individuals on this journey that are like really raw, where it's like, oh, okay, you're, and I've talked to a lot of big creators who are spiritual, and or whatever, being in their authentic self, where when you're truly being authentic, you shouldn't be able to offend somebody else who is being in their frame or being authentic. If you guys see things slightly different when it comes to spirituality or whatever, it shouldn't matter, because we're all just sharing what we've experienced and gone through and how reality operates for us. But I've found those people that are like, oh, if you're not vegan, you're doing it wrong. If you're not this, you're doing it wrong. If you're not this, but it's funny to me because it's like I've had all these spiritual experiences while not doing any of that. Visions, calling things out, premonitions, clairvoyance, whatever you want to name it, it's happened to me. Funny enough, something happened in my family where I remember this. I told my mother like years ago, if her sister starts living with her 2 years later or all of this stuff, I'm telling you, 2 years later, it came to pass. Everything that I said. So if that's not dictating reality or picking up on a frequency that was going to happen, I don't know what is, but I've never been vegan a day in my life to achieve that. So, I'm not against anyone being vegan, but I'm against anybody really pushing it on you like religion that you have to be that to awaken higher gifts. It's just not true because we're all consciousness. So you're making the rules. But, anyways, that's all to say. I think Richie's going to be one of those dope people that I talk to. And for this fast, I knew I said I was going to maybe wait till the end of the day or something to report on the effects that I'm feeling because I'm also affirming like a psychopath and going like pushing my consciousness to the top while on a fast. And one of the things that happens for me when I go and do a 3 day fast or 4 days or whatever is the mind attacks come crazy. It's not even the feeling of hunger or anything else. It's like residual leftover energy from past versions of myself just come to the surface to try to attack, you know. And in the past it's dialed down, but I remember this one fast where I was literally on the floor by my fireplace dying, bro. The mental attacks were like, dude, and it was just like I gotta eat. I don't know if I could sustain this or it's even properly to fast right now. So it's always the mental attacks, it's never anything else. So I'm doing this in a time where I'm also pushing my consciousness above during this challenge, starting all this stuff. So I wonder what's going to really come up. It may be easy, but I'm very interested to see what comes of that. And yeah, man, and this is day one. Day one is usually easy. It's day two. Day two feels like a slog. It's like when you're fasting, it feels like time extends because you become very present to the moment. And also when you're not spending time during the day eating, you have more time for other tasks. So I think that's something to play in with how time stretches. Anyways, this call with Richie is going to be about 45 minutes long from what I've seen, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be dope. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. He's one of the creators that popped up in my algorithm that I felt I had like a connection to. So it's just very funny that now we're going to be in a call together, and I'm going to see how it's going to go. And yeah, man, and that's just the update from now. Still focusing on everything I'm creating, and I can't wait to I just can't wait. I know things are, I have this feeling and this knowing that things are going to start shifting really quick, really soon. We're not even in year of the horse yet, man. So it's just like everything is going to go forward. So I'm making sure this month I'm solidifying myself to go into that transition to year of the horse. Seriously, because I said I would be mastered at 25 years old, and I want to mean that shit. And the only way to mean that shit is by embodying it and being it. And I'm gonna the way I talk in these videos is also going to shift. You're going to see it, and you may see it slightly. I don't know. Truthfully, I've gone through so many different ego deaths and transformations and shifts in this. So I can't wait to look back at the first few videos of this little series and like compare it to the last video. It's gonna be wild. It's definitely gonna be wild to do something daily like a video for 350 days is fucking crazy. So yeah, man. All right. I love y'all. Peace. And I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll see y'all for tomorrow. Peace.